Hey guys, today we're talking about our 5 tips on what to do when your kid doesn't want to listen. When your kid's totally checked out, not listening to you, and you need to correct them for discipline. Number 1, make sure you're ready to do battle. If you're not coming at it from a place where you're actually emotionally ready to deal with it, it's not going to go as well because you won't be relationally connecting with them. So make sure that your brain is in the right space to do that. One of the ways that I often do this is by taking a time out, and I tell my kids I need a time out or I'm going to deal with this wrong, and actually just walk away from them, go hide in my room or my pantry or my bathroom, and just take a break to try and sort out where I'm at so that I can actually connect with them on their level and deal with it properly. Otherwise, it won't matter what I'm doing. And sometimes when we're frustrated, we need to take that break to quiet for a few minutes, and then you can deal with the situation. So make sure you're mentally prepared to deal with it and ready to get down to their level. Number 2, get their attention. Make sure they're mentally prepared and ready to deal with it. If you don't have their attention and they're not ready to deal with it, then you're not going to make a difference when you talk about it either. They will be zoning out, they won't be paying attention, and it won't actually stick and teach them the lesson that you want them to learn. So make sure that you have their attention. Sometimes that means getting down to their level or lower to their level, like Bonnie said a few weeks ago. There's this trick called 2 hands, 2 eyes, where you hold their hands and look in their eyes so that you can make eye contact and really connect to their level, so that you make sure you understand what you're saying. No, make sure they understand what you're saying, and then you guys can be connecting in that relational way. That's really good. So if you hold their hands, look in their eyes, and then you can talk about it, you keep their focus a little bit better, and you make sure that they stay engaged in your conversation. Sometimes you need to be dramatic and loud and sing that you need their attention. Hello, look at me! And it works and it's ridiculous, but sometimes it breaks that tension and gets them to listen to you. Number 3, be playful. Sometimes you don't need to be all serious and stern-faced when you're dealing with stuff. You can actually joke around with your kids to set your boundary and have your point get across. We don't always have to freak out when our kids do something wrong. Stop! You're driving me crazy. Even though that's what we're doing internally, externally, we kind of have to project that not freaking out moment. So sometimes you can just be playful right back. I have kids who like to change the words. I wasn't sticking my tongue out at him, I was tasting the air. Okay, well then I'm sorry, you need to just taste the air inside your mouth. You can say it in that happy tone, use that shark smile and raise those eyebrows, even though you hate every second of it. That's okay. Sometimes that's what you gotta do, but take it up a notch, make it playful so it sticks in their brain. Number 4, redo. Kids practicing is the best way to get things stuck in their brain. So get them to do a redo. They might hate it, and that's fine. You can make it playful, and sometimes it's a little bit easier. Switch the role play where you get to be the kid, and really often if you do the thing they're doing, specifically throwing tantrums, it looks hilarious and they see how ridiculous they look, and then they stop. So get them to do a redo. Talk about how they could have done it properly, and then get them to practice, where you can practice and show them first, especially if they're younger, or they can practice and show you how to do it properly this time. 5, choose your battles. Make sure that you're not harping over the littlest things all the time. I have a tendency to parent like a drill sergeant because there are certain things that I can't handle, like hearing people chew. But sometimes hearing my kid chew shouldn't matter, and I can't harp on it all the time. So you have to choose your battles. If you're choosing things that actually don't matter and don't affect them long-term with their friendships, it's more harmful to choose pointless battles than it is to choose the battles that are important and they won't take you seriously and won't respect you if you're choosing dumb battles. So make sure, reminder to myself, make sure we choose the battles that matter, not just whatever. As always, pray about it. You guys know that. God can give you better wisdom than we always can because he knows your specific child. Another couple things to think about: have you spent time with them lately? Are you actually investing in them in the ways they need so that they actually feel loved from you and aren't just acting out for attention? Have you been consistent in your boundaries, that you're picking a rule and then staying with it instead of letting it slide sometimes because you're tired? And I know I do that too. Make sure that you're setting boundaries that are important to you, but then that you're actually enforcing them in a loving way so that they can actually respect your authority because you followed through on what you said. Kids will always remember if you haven't followed through on what you said. So make sure that you do that, because that is what will set that standard for you. Also think about those things like, have they had any big life changes? Have you moved? Did you have a new baby? Are you potty training? Are they in a new school? Are there things that are happening that are new and big in their life? Have they even been getting enough sleep? If they haven't been getting enough sleep, that affects everything that they do. It affects everything we do. That all matters, right? When you're struggling, know that all kids do this. This is normal. Every kid goes through a stage like this repetitively, and that's okay. This is part of parenting and growth, so call a friend for some company and some just prayer for each other, or pray about it, or call your mom. Figure out how she did it with you. That's our tips. Hopefully it helps and you can figure out ways to get your kid to listen in those moments, and that you can keep your cool in it, even though it's hard. This should not be so hard. Let us know your tips and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.